All right, in this video, I'll be explaining our mini project, the light drawing. So to kind of continue with camera exposure here, we're going to, again, showcase your understanding of camera exposure by creating a light drawing image like the one you see here that I did here. So what you'll need is you'll need some kind of light source. So I use the back of my camera phone here. I use this flash here. You can use a flashlight. You'll need a DSLR camera. And again, what we're going to be doing basically is we're going to be exposing the camera for 30 seconds. And in that 30 seconds, you're going to be writing with the camera flash. So the word look there, I created those letters by opening up the camera and waving it in the air to draw the letter L, O, O, and K. Okay, so that's basically how it works. Again, some requirements, you'll need a DSLR camera. Your image must have some kind of light writing, so you don't have to necessarily write a word. You can just draw. You could draw an image. Here, I just created a really cool line, and I also created this cool ghosting effect where there was multiple images of me in that shot, kind of like what we did in the cloning project, but without using any type of Photoshop. Again, you're going to be using good composition techniques that we learned about. Yeah, and you're only going to use Photoshop or Photopea just to enhance your colors. So it's going to be very, very light editing. And you want to save it as a JPEG. You're going to use your initials underscore light drawing. And you want to post it in class when you're all done. So there's no reflection for this. So how this is going to work, you're going to be using manual settings. Again, to get to the manual settings, you're going to use that dial at the top here. Rotate it to the M. That means that you're in manual. You're going to go into your ISO. Make sure ISO is at 100. You're going to use a larger f-stop, so make sure the f-stop number is or smaller, and you want to make sure that your shutter speed is at 30 seconds. So make sure it looks just like mine that you see on the screen here, 30 with the 2 dashes, okay? And then the other important thing is you're going to be shooting with a self timer, all right? Because I was in the shot, I wanted to uh, press the shutter button and then give myself time to get into the frame. The other important thing too is as you're shooting this picture, you do not want to move the camera. So that's why the shutter or the timer is really important. So once you press it, you don't want to release your hand off of it. Okay. So that timer is going to be really important. To get to the timer again, it's going to be in the back of the camera. Hit the button you see here. You're going to get into this interface and then go into the 2-second self timer. All right, some helpful tips again. If you have a tripod, you can put your tripod and attach it to the DSLR. You could also just set your camera down. That's what I did. I set my camera down. Once you set your camera down, though, because of the lens, it's going to be there's going to be a little bit of a distance. So what you could do is maybe take your lens cap and rest it onto there. The other helpful tip too that I did was make sure that your lens is in focus. So if you want to be in manual focus, you could make sure that the lens is in focus or the image is in focus first before you actually shoot it. If you're in autofocus, what you can do is just press the button a little bit and let the camera focus for you, and then rest it down. Then you want to press your shutter button at 2 seconds. It's going to blank for 2 seconds and then actually open. It's going to open for about 30 seconds and then it's going to shut. So what I did here, and again, once the shutter is open, do not touch the camera at all. If you touch the camera, that shakiness will blur your image out. So if we look at this image here, what I did to make the letters not connect, I opened up the camera, pressed the button, the shutter was open, and then I walked over into frame. I covered up my camera lens like this so that it wouldn't show. And then once I was ready to draw, I opened it up and drew the letter L. Then I covered it up, moved over, drew the letter O, covered it up, moved over, drew the second O, covered it up. And then for the K, I actually went vertically first, covered it, and I went and drew the diagonals down. And I walked behind where I drew and I shined the light into my face so that I could get that ghost image of me in the background. So that's how I kind of did this image here. It took me tons of experimentation to get what I wanted. So definitely experiment, figure out how it works, and then figure out what you want to do in your picture. You could draw something like a picture or something, a flower, a symbol or something. Again, have fun. If you're confused, there's tons of YouTube videos on how to do these things. Though they can walk you through those things, but definitely just practice and have fun. Again, I would suggest shooting in a wide shot so that you can move around your environment again and turn off your lights once you're ready to shoot. Um, Night photography in this would be really, really dope, like outside. So if you wait until nighttime, you could do it outside, but make sure again your camera is in a safe spot and it's not going to move. All right. Best of luck. Have fun. These pictures are so, so, so cool. So have fun.